Hi, everybody. Welcome to our latest video showcasing the Harlan Residences at Hillview. This is Ethan Schelin with Pierside Capital, and we wanted to show you some before and after pictures of the property now that we've completed the renovation and executed some other key components to our business plan. So the property is a 54-unit apartment building with about 8,600 square feet of ground floor and subterranean retail space that we invested in with an operating partner. So Pierside Capital has what's called a co-general partnership interest in the building, meaning that we're part of the sponsorship team and we assist with executing the business plan. We also have a passive institutional limited partner in the deal with us, and this property is located on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. So before we get into the renovation, we wanted to give you a little bit of a backdrop as to where exactly the building's located. So here we have a regional map showing where the property is located within the Los Angeles metro. And as you can see, we're just northwest of downtown LA. We also have a couple of aerial images here. This one is facing west. So as you can see, we're right on the famed Hollywood Boulevard, just east of the Chinese Theater and Highland Avenue. Now, this aerial is facing east from the property. And as you can see, the Pantages Theater, where the intersection of Hollywood and Vine is right close to our property. And the building itself is actually in between two prominent intersections, one being Hollywood and Vine, and the other one being Hollywood and Highland. So we're on a very popular stretch of Hollywood Boulevard that's filled with tourists pretty much all year round. Last aerial, so this one's facing southeast, and it shows our proximity to downtown LA and also some nearby major employers such as Netflix, CNN, and the Sunset Gower Studios. So the Hillview apartment building was originally built in 1917 by the famous Hollywood movie mogul Jesse Lasky. So he built the building originally as a house for actors for his movies. And several notable actors from the golden era of Hollywood are rumored to have lived at the property. These include Mae Bush and Oliver Hardy, and it's also rumored that Rudolph Valentino had a speakeasy in the basement of the building. So our building is a Hollywood historic site, and we have a commemorative sign out in front of the property installed by the city. So the property is very cool. It's got this unique historic element to it that sets it apart from its competition. And like I mentioned, it's on the Hollywood Boulevard Walk of Fame. So we have several stars out in front of the property on the sidewalk, some notable ones being Jason Bateman and Laura Linney. So as you can see here, stars out in front of the property. It also shows the front entrance to our building where we repainted the doors and cleaned up the front. So stepping past those doors inside, this is a picture of our lobby. And as you can see, the former owner had some junky furniture and old curtains up that we cleaned up, moved it all out, and we retrimmed and repainted the walls. We sealed and polished the floors, and we put up some new light fixtures in the entryway that really bring back the historic charm of the building. So past the lobby, this is the entry hallway where you can see some of the same improvements. So these doors on the left are common area bathrooms that are used by the ground floor retail tenants. And we updated their look with this green velvet covering and gold trim and some new light fixtures. We have another metal doorway here in the back that you can see for security, and that separates the retail traffic from the residential apartments. So going through that doorway, you can see what we did to our residential corridors. So this is a great picture of them. This is a pretty drastic difference in the before and after photos. We really lightened and brightened up the space with new carpet, lighting, trim, and access paint, and it's really got a great feel to it now. And before our renovation, it was really dark and dim, boring, and almost a little bit depressing walking through the halls. Inside the units, I wanted to show you what we did to the kitchens first. So we actually kept the cabinetry the same. We just refinished and painted them. We went with a dark gray color, and we replaced all the fixtures and the hardware. We also added a white quartz countertop, new stainless steel appliances, and white tile backsplashes. So we really updated the space and gave it a new light and bright feel to it. Inside the common areas and bedrooms of the apartments, we replaced all the flooring. We also repainted and retrimmed everything, and we upgraded the lighting. So this, what you're looking at here, is a one-bedroom unit at the property. We staged it, and what you can't see is there is actually a sliding door that separates the bedroom off from the living room for privacy. This is what we did to the bathrooms. So we freshened up the room with new paint and trim, new tile on the floor and shower, and we updated and upgraded the fixtures throughout. So we really gave the bathrooms a new look and feel. They look new, and they're light and they're bright. So that's a quick overview of what we did to the apartment units at the property. They came out really nicely. But before we wrap up the video, I want to show you a couple more things about the asset. Like I mentioned, we have a ground floor and subterranean retail space, so I want to give you a quick tour of those. So we have 3 separate retail venues at the property that are all run by the same operator. After we purchased the building, we consolidated the leases into one master lease, and we extended the term for 10 years, which really created a lot of value to the partnership. So the actual businesses themselves are really neat. On the ground floor, we have a Thai restaurant as you walk in to the right, which you can see here in this photo. It's got a nice bar on it. And then on the left side, as you walk in the building, we have another venue, which is a magic theater. And here's a picture of it. So you can eat dinner at the Thai restaurant, and then you can walk over here and have drinks and watch a live magic performance. It's really neat. And the operation here is called the Black Rabbit Rose. And then downstairs, we have an underground nightclub that's separated into 2 venues. One is called Madame Siam, and the other one is called the Dirty Laundry. Everything is operated by the same company, and there's a separate entrance to the nightclub off of Hudson Street to keep things separate and quieter for our residential tenants. Lastly, I wanted to show you a couple pictures of our billboard. When we bought the property, it had a structure on the roof to hold a billboard, but there was no sign on it, and obviously it hadn't been used for years, so there was no income being generated from it. What we did was we did some engineering work on the structure. Then we renovated it and leased it to a billboard marketing company. So now we have 2 billboards up on the roof generating income from it. So here's a shot of the west side of the building. And here's a shot of the east side. So we have a 2-way billboard as you drive up and down Hollywood Boulevard. And that's it. We hope you enjoyed the video tour of the Harlan Residences at Hillview.